How are we supposed to stop a pigeon with this airborne picnic basket? I'm smarter than the average cheat. Even I'm not that bad. Is it all your fault, you bad old Muttley? Enough of this banshee balderdash. Leave this bean brain to me. We'll beat that bear rug and his bratty buddies to the golden nugget. Stop hogging the camera, you big ham. Oh, keep quiet, you big snitch. Go bring that bird bather back. Clunk, you bird brain. Now to see what that bird brain bear is up to. I've got to admit this bird-brained idea of yours just might work. Bunch of bird brains. A blackmailer right in my own squadron. I want to see what those blasted treasure seekers are up to. Pin it on later, you blithering dumbhead. Now, Muttley, bring that bloated bear to the mine scanner and block those blockheads from winning the race. Especially after I barricade those blockheads. Get me out of here, you blundering boob! Give me that medal, you blundering dumbhead! That bogus bear is on our tail, you boneheaded Bruin! Not for long, Bubby. Flipped like a fox, Bubsy. Not up my sleeve, Bubsy. Right into the valley, Bubsy. Ask ahead, Bubsy. Buzz off, you bothersome bugs. 1 million volts of electricity, and bye-bye, bozos. Why, you little brat and his bratty buddies, I'll use brute force on this brute. Over here, bubblehead. How do you expect to stop a pigeon with a weather machine, you bubblehead? You're greener than a bullfrog with a bellyache. Well, don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Are you sure this bundle of sticks will fly, Glunk? Those medals you wear on your moth-eaten chest should be there for bungling at which you are best. You bet your bonnet, Buster. Nice catch, Muttley. You butter-fingered bush-leaguer. If that Buttinsky bear catches Connie kindly, those two Buttinsky bears found the box. Yes, you Buttinsky busybody, but those Buttinsky do-gooders got here first. Bye-bye, Yogi Bear and his bumblers. I said drive, not dive, you canine clown. Muttley, you canine cuckoo. That canine treasure chump has been turned into Dogzilla. Come back here, you carnapper! I'm not some cheap comic relief to be abused in this manner. Why, these cheap firecrackers couldn't even hurt. A fly. Or I'll cook your goose, you chicken. I guess we made a chicken out of that pigeon. I want you to find out why he's chicken. We need all 4 planes for Operation Prefab, you chicken. Or you'll walk into a knuckle sandwich, you chicken. Doesn't this chicken coop ever get in the air? Just my luck to have a chicken dog. If there's anything I hate, it's a chicken dog. Muttley, bring back that chicken dilly. What do you think we are, a bunch of chihuahuas? Not by the mustache, you chowderhead. You chowderhead! Those chuckleheads sure fell for that old bridge outside trick. While those chumps are playing games, what say we give those city slickerators a taste of farm life, Muttley? Don't drop it, you clod! These clowns will wait here all day for a train to pass. Those clowns will wait all day for that train to pass. Soon those clowns will be out of the race and out of my life. You clumsy airborne Airedale! Muttley, you clumsy oaf! That's the last time I try another one of your cockamamie ideas. Anybody would have to be cuckoo to fly in a contraption like that. You're a bird, all right. A cuckoo. Cuckoos? Who are you calling cuckoos, you kook, you? Let's get out of here before that crabby owner shows up. What do you know? That crackpot mutt did it. Oh, he's so cranky when he doesn't get his nap. This invention of Leonardo's looks just crazy enough to actually fly. Muttley, wait up, let me in, you crazy canine. Quiet, you crazy cur. We'll follow them instead of that crazy Viking. Come back, you crook! A few crummy crocodiles won't stop Dick Dastardly from winning. I'm a cur on the curves, too. Turn on the magnet, and we'll dispose of those defective detectives. I meant do something for all of us, you left out despicable. This is the most despicable, diabolical scheme you've come up with yet. You're despicable. Those ding-dong do-gooders should be lost in no time. That was a dirty trick to escape my dirty trick. They don't call me a dirty trickster for nothing. Oh, I'm so disgusting, despicable, dishonest. And in that order, too. And disgusting. Not at me, Dodo. But this is the Grand Canyon, you Dodo. Another dinghy full of dodos. So long, you dodo birds. Behold, Muttley, my dog-brain friend. Doggone paper planes. Thanks for the compliment, doggy dum-dum. Wrong, donkey breath. Here comes that doomed dumbhead pigeon. What a dope! Tricked by my own good looks. No, not that way, you dope. Now we'll get a jump on these dopes. I'll dupe those dopes and get the next treasure before they do. This will bog down those dratted drivers. That dratted pigeon is going to get away. By eavesdropping on those drips. With my power over dumb animals, at least we got all those dumb birds. And what am I supposed to do with this dumb catcher's mitt? Muttley, you dumb dog! Hurry up, dum-dum! They got back into the race, you dum-dum! No, dum-dum! Boo-boo, you dum-dum! Not on me, you dum-dum! Why didn't you put that cable lower, dum-dum? Curses! My dum-dum dummy didn't work! Hurry, dum-dum, hurry! Muttley, you dum-dum! Those dum-dums didn't even know this is just a mirage. See you dum-dums at the finish line! Can't those dum-dums think up any dirty tricks of their own? This shortcut will get us to Carlsbad Cavern ahead of those other dum-dums. I'm going to whip up a sandstorm and sandblast those dum-dums out of the race. Those dum-dums are following my wrong way sign. We've got to get out of here before that dumb hillbilly gets wise. Whose dumb idea was it to fly in these narrow canyons? This dumb idea might work after all. If this dumb invention works, remind me not to court-martial you. I hope this dumb invention works better than your other dumb inventions, Clunk. We've been batting zero with your dumb inventions, Clunk. So, now we'll try one of my dumb inventions. Another one of your dumb inventions has just bombed out. Oh, no, you're not dumb-looking, General. This is a dumb-looking airplane, Clunk. I mean, steal it, you dumb mutt! This dumb plane that flies backwards works, Clunk. No, you dumb hell! Well, it's no dumber than Clunk's inventions. Clunk, this has got to be the dumbest contraption you have contracted yet. That's the dumbest idea yet. Dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. And this may be your last birthday, you dumbhead. You can't make me walk the plank, you dumbhead. You just shut down half of my mustache, you dumbhead. I'm not the patient, you dumbhead. Silly, you dumbhead. I said launch, not lunch, you dumbhead. Silly, you dumbhead, come back here! But not in the face, you dumbhead! Get off my back, you dumbhead! I mean in English, you dumbhead! I didn't ask for a demonstration, you dumbhead! Now you've done it, you dumbhead! Don't miss him this time, you dumbhead! Not now, you dumbhead! Not a towel, you dumbhead! I meant after you nailed him in, you dumbhead! Save us, you dumbhead! No, it's me, Dastardly, you dumbhead! Flap your wings, you dumbhead! Wake up, you dumbhead! Give me the controls, you dumbhead! That dumbhead pigeon thinks he's getting away! Sure, I'm ready, dumbhead! You'll never catch me, though, you dumbhead do-gooder! Watch where you're flying, you dumbhead duck! Of all the dumbhead ideas, Clunk, what kind of a dumbhead prediction did you give me, you silly swummy? Wait for your leader, you dumbheads! Well, don't just stand there, you dumbheads! You dumbheads have just destroyed the world's first indestructible airplane! Now listen, you dumbheads. Well, you goofed it again, you dumbheads. Give me those sticks, dummies. Listen, you dummies. Stop crowding me, you dummies. And we'll crash those dummies right into San Francisco Bay. Don't just stand there like a dummy. Not now, dummy. Get off my head, you dummy. You went past the tower, dummy. Muttley, you dunderhead! This time I won't fail to stop those stoops, Muttley. Get that egg crate out of the way. Don't just stand there like empty-headed goons. And here comes our fall guy now. Stop that fat spy! It's Yogi Bear and his feather-brained friends. I wouldn't touch that filthy, mangy beast. That does it, my fine feathered enemy. Hurry, you flea bag, hurry! All right, you flea-bitten furball. You flea brain! Not into the treetops, you flea brain! Muttley! How can you be such a flea brain? Get lost, you flea-bitten feline! When those flea-bitten freaks drive through these electric eels! Hurry it up, you flea-bitten furball! Not in reverse gear, you flea farm! Hurry up, will you flea farm? No, she isn't, you flea farm! Keep your grubby paws off, you flea farm! How does this flying bathtub help us stop the pigeon? I'll net him like a flying trout. Oh, no, I didn't call you a fool, sir. Activate the new foolproof bugging device, you fool! Muttley, you fool! The fools! We'll fool those fools into leading us to the next treasure. While Yogi and those fools fool around, we'll find the treasure. The fools fell for it, Muttley, and we'll flatten those fools. We'll find the money and blow those fools sky high at the same time. What fools! And what's that foul smell? You foul-up dinglings, stay here. Now they'll see whose threats are fribble-frabble. Now, where could those furry fools be? We're going to blast the furry treasure saps once and for all, so bug out. Watch it, Muttley, you fuzzface. Okay, genius. How do we get back to the island? You giggling goon. Quiet, you giggling oaf. But how do we keep those loons from finding the treasure first? And now, my little gnomes, lead us to the pot of gold. That pigeon is a gone goose. That's another thing I can't stand. A goody-good do-gooder. I see the little goody-good do-gooder. We've caught up with those goody-good do-gooders. Come on, you goof-offs. Goof-up squadron here. We'll finally get rid of those goons. Those goons shall expire, and the hopeless we'll acquire. Ugh, what a grouch. I told you to bring it, you hair-brained hound. Muttley! Keep running, you hairy rug. Get off of me, you hairy rug. Here comes the other half of this half-witted squadron. With Spy Eye disguised as that hapless detective snooper, and I'll ransom the hapless hunker for $1 zillion. Once we scramble the personalities of those hapless treasure hunters. How do you stop one of these homogenized runaways? Oh, shut up and get this hedge-hopping birdhouse in the air. Or we'll turn every single person into a helpless brat. The entire world will be turned into helpless children. You're despicable idiots. We're going to give that hillbilly his first ride on the subway. You hitchhiker, enough of this horseplay. You idiot, Muttley. Melt down their ship, you idiot, not the iceberg. Muttley, you idiot. Muttley, you idiot! You've switched us! Muttley, you idiot! Muttley, you idiot! Call me daring, reckless, even impetuous. With this book, I'll rule the world and eliminate all imposters to the throne. You incompetent cur! Not only do I get to trap those infernal idiots, well, what have we here? Two little jailbirds ready to sing. Now, to make sure those other jalopies can catch us. Those Jelly Roger rejects have probably found the treasure by now. Silly, you nuthead! Get off my back, you nuthead! Well, don't just sit there, you nuthead! Now we'll be rid of you nuthead nitwits for good! Not you, knucklehead! Come back, you knucklehead! You knucklehead! With a knucklehead squadron like this, I wish I was on the pigeon side. Not me, you knucklehead! I said eliminate them, not us, you knucklehead! You knuckleheads just signed re-enlistment papers. It's just kooky enough to work. I can't keep this kooky clockmaker out forever. Since it's your kooky inventions that get us into these messes, Clunk. What's a nice guy like me doing in a kooky outfit like this? What's that kooky thing on top? Muttley, you lazy lout, help me. I said raise the spy scope, you lazy mutt. We shall be able to sneak up on that little note dropper. How does it feel to be a loser? Wrong, happy old bingo loser. So long, losers. So long, losers. Now here's how this loser's reaper works. Some low-down, despicable crook stole my motor. Clunk, you lunkhead. Muttley, let go of the stethoscope, you mangy mongrel. That's a dog license, you mangy mutt. Get off of the furniture, you mangy mutt. With your magic and my meanness, I shall win this race. Surely you're not upset about my pruning a few measly hedges? Unhand me, you mechanical nitwit! You'll pay for this, you medal-hungry hound! I didn't take them, you medal-hungry mutt. Who needs you, you medal-mooching mutt? No medal for you medal-mooching Muttley. We have to stop a medal-pilfering mouse. We'll stop those meddlers from finding any more treasures. This will positively get rid of that meddling moth-eaten bear for good. Those meddling treasure hunters are up to something, Muttley. Go get them, you mindless meanies. It couldn't make even one mindless zombie. Wait till I get my hands on you miniature menaces. Why, I'll whittle you down to a miniature poodle. Now what do you want, you miserable mutt? Let go of her, you miserable mutt. And furthermore, you miserable mutt, once say we mix up that mixed-up sergeant more than he already is, Muttley. Oh, I've created a monster! What's this monstrosity? Muttley, you moronic mongrel! Now we're switched! Plunk! This is the most stupid, idiotic, non-workable idea you've ever had. Goodbye forever to the smelly Roger and its motley crew. Turn that mowing monstrosity off! Now, where did those munchkin devils get to? Muttley, how would you like to munch on a couple of munchkins? All right, munchkins. We have to find that mushroom before those mushheads beat us to it. It'll be a rainy day in May before I take orders from that mutt. I've got just the thing to slow that mutt down. That mutt is about to find himself in an explosive situation. No, we're not going to rain on them, you muttonhead. No, that's reverse, you muttonhead. It's never too early to be nasty, I always say. Make with a nasty laugh. You're a nice, miserable mutt. Hey, you nincompoops! No, not reverse gear, you nincompoops! You're guillotining my finger, you nincompoops! Muttley, you nincompoops! You pushed the wrong button, you nincompoops! You're chopping down the wrong post, you nincompoops! No, you nincompoops! Nincompoop! If we can just get rid of those ninnies. I thought we could scare those ninnies out of here, but no such luck. You're dumber than the average ninny. Switch us back, you ninny, or I'll unravel your kimono. Yes, ma'am. Not that kind of bee, you ninny. We're going to spy on those no-good do-gooders. I'll get even with those no-good do-gooders. All right, you no-good beefheads. What do you get, Muttley? Just what you're worth. Nothing. Who's nutty enough to do a thing like that? And those numbskull nincompoops will get it too. Faster, you numbskulls! Faster! Nice going, you numbskulls. You missed, you numbskulls! You numbskulls! Numbskulls! Well, if I'm not the old crab, who is? How much is this old wreck? Get out of my car, you ornery burro! With this flying carpet, I'll leave you and that overgrown desert rat in my dust! Will you get this oversized lawnmower back into the air? It's scanning his overstuffed stomach, Muttley. Now, where's that parcel-packing pigeon? A real patsy. How would you like to be king for a day, peasant? I'll turn this into a wacky race for those pebble brains. Get off of me, you pesky fly! Buzz off, you pest! You phony flight photographer! A phony little swami! I'll force that phony snowman to cut me in for half the treasure! Talk about picky! All work and no play doth make pigeons of us all. What is that pile of junk, Muttley? Try that on for pint size! Here comes the poor fish now. I've been too hard on the poor nincompoop. There's that little popcorn moocher dead ahead. Well, what are you prima donna's waiting for. Fee, fi, fo, fooch. I smell the blood of a puny pooch. If there's anything I can't stand, it's a pushy female for having a raisin for a brain. Those rank racers will soon be on my road to record. And we promise to keep this rebel under control. Call me daring, reckless. Muttley, you refugee from a rug factory? What a revolting turn of events. Better trade that bear in for a mule, you ridge runner. Don't be ridiculous. I feel ridiculous flying a tree. Why, that's ridiculous. Sounds ridiculous. I've heard of having a crush, but that was ridiculous. Stop snickering, you ridiculous dog. We've got to get to Stonehenge before these rockheads. The rubes will lead us straight to the treasure. I'll make sure those rotten racers don't win that official proclamation. Now, to rotisserate those rotten treasure hunters. And yet, you give this rowdy band of ruffians your praise. Now, to get rid of those sappy secret agents for good. There are those sappy shoosh agents, Muttley. Phase 1 of Operation Stop the Saps is complete. Yogi and those saps will be squashed like bugs. Silly, there's no room in this squadron for a scaredy cat. The squadron was better off when Zilly was a scaredy cat, Doc. Muttley, fetch that scaredy cat. I don't allow any scaredy cats in my squadron. Glad you asked, hokey old scum. If you'll just tell the skipper of this scurvy scow to cooperate. And I've got the treasure, you sentimental suckers. Now, to solidify those other shivering sillies.
Not turning out to be a good day.
And it's about to get worse, short stuff. Thanks, Shorty. Those sickening saccharine do-gooders have probably found the treasure already. No, not here, you silly cement. What kind of a silly contraption is that? And as for you, you silly dilly of a zilly, this silly idea might just work. What's this silly-looking thing you've got here? What does this silly-looking thing do? What am I doing in this silly satchel? Watch where you're going, you silly zilly. Never mind, you silly zilly. This should fix that simpering secret agent once and for all. Who cares, you simpleton? We know your slimy plan. Well, they certainly can't expect Dick Dastardly to eat this slop. Ready to use a little animal cunning on those slow pokes. So long, you slow pokes. No, smart Alec. Here comes that smart Alec do-gooder dog, Super Muttley. Stop snickering, you smart Alec pigeon. There must be some way to outguess that smart Alec pigeon. That smart Alec pigeon is keeping his eye on the planes. Goodbye forever to the smelly Roger. To the smelly Roger, Muttley. All aboard for the smelly Roger. That sneaky pigeon's been carrying messages to ships. Muttley, you snickering floppy-eared hound. You're just plain old Muttley, the snickering hound. So that we may conquer that sniveling little country. Sorehead, if there's one thing I hate, it's a sore loser. We let Yogi and his stooges find the treasure. If you'll just tell this stubborn skipper of this scow. Not that one, stupid! That one! I've never felt so stupid in all my life. Why did you do such a stupid thing? I've just about had it with your stupid inventions, Clunk. Get away from that stupid organ and activate the magnet! This is the silliest yet, you silly swami. Can't you even make one prediction that will work, you silly swami? Give me that, you sticky sweatbag. Spy-eyed fool, that stupid bear. Now, where's that stupid rose garden? Stop that stupid snickering, Muttley, and do something! Of all the stupid tricks. So long, suckers! So long, suckers! Come on, you Sunday log cutter! Get that tin can back into the war game, Sergeant. You're out of your tiny little mind. Yes, this will get those toady trucksters down. The brain drain is a total flop. Find out what those treasure boobs are up to. The treasure boobs are off on another wild goose chase. Those treasure bunglers will be out of my way forever. So long, treasure chumps. Greetings, treasure chumps. I just love causing misery for the friends of those treasure chumps. Now let's get out of here before those treasure chumps have a chance to catch up. Somehow those treasure chumps survived my little present. Now to get the jump on those treasure chumps. But what if we let those treasure chumps find the real Buddha and steal it from them? Here's our chance to get the jump on those treasure chumps. We'll cut these cables and drop some lights right on those treasure chumps. But first you'll have to save yourselves, treasure chumps. Don't worry about those treasure chumps. Yogi and those treasure chumps are after the Big Dipper booty. Now let's destroy those treasure dodos. At last, I'll be rid of those treasure hunting hoo-has once and for all. Don't worry, Muttley. We'll lose those treasure losers. So long, treasure losers. Those treasure ninnies left the key. We finally outsmarted those treasure toads, Muttley. Those treasure turkeys fell for my little trap just as I predicted. So the treasure wimps have gone and grown themselves a vine with a gland condition, eh? Those treasure yo-yos are all over the map. Watch where you're shooting, you trigger-happy nutheads. The elephants will have those troublesome trucksters trounced out of the race and nothing flat. We've got to eliminate those two boobs. Okay, you ugly ducklings. All right. We'll be rich, you undernourished mongrel. He must be punished along with the rest of his unruly mob. Don't just stand there, you useless yahoo. Faster, you vermin! You're washed up, Muttley. Those termites will turn this wash tub into sawdust. My rocket booster will put us ahead of those weenies. All right, you wheezing windbag. It's just a trick, you wimp. For being such a wise guy. All right. What is it, wise guy? Who's the wise guy calling at this hour of the morning? You guys are either the worst shots in the world, or you need your eyes examined. Wake up, you worthless bag of boats! So, that jade Buddha is a worthless fake? Worthless? Phony? I'll get rid of those wretched racers yet. My monster will wreck those wretched racers. There's that Yankee Doodler now. This will bog down those wretched drivers and the yucky trucks. Drat that silly dropout.
Say, that was pretty good.
Thank you. I thought we were pretty good myself.